Alright, Shabbat Shalom, family. Alright, so I'm going to do a quick lesson, real quick. It's going to be on Halloween. So, this is the year, or the time of the year, where a lot of people like to celebrate wickedness. I'll be honest, I used to be guilty of it. When I was a kid, my mother used to tell me don't celebrate Halloween, but I snuck out the house and I did it anyway. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some scriptures and a short video on how wicked Halloween is. Okay, so first let's get into the scriptures. Let me get a scripture first. Okay, first scripture is going to be 1 Thessalonians 5:22. All right. So here it says, abstain from all appearance of evil. That means all appearances. Okay. So if I could go and type in, let's go to Google right quick. So just type in Halloween. All right. Halloween. Halloween. All right. And what types up? What comes up? So when you type in Halloween, what comes up? Evil. Pictures of evil stuff. Look at this. That's evil. That's evil. All these jack-o'-lanterns and look at this. Demons. You know, it's evil. It's an evil holiday. All right. There's no way around. There's no way around it. It's an evil celebration. All right. I'll get down to the origins of it. I'm gonna make this video maybe like 15 minutes. So I'm gonna bust through these scriptures because I don't want nobody, to lose their patience. So let's get this first scripture. 1 Thessalonians 5:22. Abstain from all appearance of evil. So that means all appearances of evil. That means if you try to dress up like a hooker, that's evil. A wicked doctor, a slasher, a killer, that's all an appearance of evil. That means you're looking like you're evil. So people think that dressing up in Halloween is harmless, but it's not. It's very wicked. Alright, let's get the next scripture. Ephesians 5:11. Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. That means expose them. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm exposing them. I'm exposing the wickedness of this satanic religion, Halloween. I mean, not religion, but celebration of Halloween. Going into religion, a lot of religions, they change the name of it and they call it harvest celebration, and they go to their churches and they actually dress up the same thing as Halloween, but they just change the name. Same thing. Alright, so now let's get another scripture here. We're going to go 2 Kings 21. Actually, this whole, I advise everybody to read the whole chapter 21 of 2 Kings. I mean really the whole book, but 21 is pretty much gets really deep into the wickedness of witches and witchcraft and sorcery. All right, so this is going to be 2 Kings 21, and we're going to go to 6. And he made his son pass through the fire and observed times and used enchantments and dealt with familiar spirits and wizards. He wrought much wickedness in the sight of the Elohim to provoke him to anger. So that means the Most High, our Elohim, Yahuwah. If you participate in this type of activities and behavior, he's pretty much pissed at you. And you know what the Most High does to people when he's pissed at you. He makes an example out of you. And ultimately he kills you. So, a lot of people, you think that this is a game and it's fun and you're having a blast, but you're gonna have a blast when the Messiah returns and we catch you celebrating these wicked celebrations and holidays. Alright? So once again it says, and dealt with familiar spirits. That means demons and wizards. He wrought much wickedness in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. So that means much wickedness in the sight of the Lord by dealing with these familiar spirits and wizards. Let's go to 7. And he set a graven image of the grove that he had made in the house, of which the Lord said to David and to Solomon his son, in this house and in Jerusalem, which I have chosen out of all tribes of Israel, I will put my name forever. So once again, you're not supposed to be dealing with these familiar spirits. This is a celebration of man. Okay, it's a celebration of man. All right, let's get to the next scripture. Deuteronomy 18, 10 through 12. There should be not found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. Now, Halloween, when you think of Halloween, you mainly think of a witch. The main character you think of is a witch. Witchcraft. You think of a witch flying on a broom with a pointy hat and nasty teeth. Alright, so the scriptures, it tells you directly, don't deal with these type of things. Alright? Or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. So once again, you are not supposed to be dealing with any of this type of activity. Witches, witchcraft, wizards, familiar spirits, charmers, any of these things you're not supposed to be dealing with. Alright? And I don't want to sound mean, but you're going to be put to death. When the Messiah returns and he catch you in the act of all this stuff you're doing, you're done. You're done. There's no way around it. Alright? So I just want to make that point clear. Alright? So let's get to Isaiah 8:19. And when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their God, for the living to the dead? Alright, so this keeps reiterating over and over again that you're not supposed to be dealing with these type of wickedness. Halloween is a celebration of wickedness, of demons. And a lot of these witches, a lot of people don't think that witches exist, but they do. There are people out here walking amongst you. You never even know it. So stay away from them. This is a warning. I'm letting people know that you need to stay away from this stuff. This is the time of year when everyone starts celebrating Halloween. Everybody thinks it's funny. They got another celebration in Mexico called the Day of the Dead, where they have skeletons and everything. It's the same wickedness. You're honoring the dead, and the scriptures specifically tell you not to do that. Okay, let's get Micah 5:12-13. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thy hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee. And thou shalt no more worship the work of thy hands. So that's talking about graven images. That mainly that cross that a lot of people worship. It's amazing to me how the system is set up to, in this time of year, first you celebrate Halloween, which is freaking wicked, right? You celebrate demons. Then after that you celebrate Thanksgiving, which is wicked too, because Cristobal Columbus was wicked too. He actually came here and raped and murdered and pillaged. And then they make that a holiday where it means family, and, family and loving and everything, and togetherness. When that dude did, he didn't do that. He actually murdered, raped, and killed, and spread disease. And then right after that, next month you got Christmas. All right, you got Christmas, which is a celebration of Tammuz. That T, that cross is a T. It stands for Tammuz, and it's not Jesus Christ. That's not even the Messiah's name. It's Yahushua HaMashiach. That's his name. And you're celebrating these wicked holidays all throughout the year. They keep you bogged down with these freaking wicked celebrations, and you got to spend your money on them. Every single one of them you spend your money on, and you wonder why you can't get ahead. You can't save enough money to do what you really want to do, because you're so tied into the world and the customs of the world, and they're all wicked. They're all wicked. All right. So let me get a video right quick. And like I said, I was going to keep this video short. So we're gonna start off at, let me see. 256. There we go. All right. Yeah, we're gonna start off here.
Now that you understand through Scripture that the Father wants us to abstain from and abhor every form of evil and not imitate it, let me show you what Halloween is. While Halloween masquerades as harmless, childish fun, it's serious business in the occult world. Witchcraft, Wicca, Satanism, and paganism believe on the night of Halloween, devils and spirits are unleashed. They perform their most hideous and potent rituals on the night of Halloween. Halloween glorifies death and worship to Baal or the devil. Now we can go back deep into paganism with Nimrod and Semiramis to find its pagan roots. But much of what is done in Halloween comes from the ancient Druids. Halloween began over 2,000 years ago in the 2nd or 3rd BC among the Celtics and their pagan priests called the Druids. The Druids are thought to be by many history's king of the occult. Witchcraft, Satanism, paganism, and virtually all facets of the occult acquire instruction from the Druids. Halloween can be traced directly back to Samhain, the ancient Celtic harvest festival honoring the Lord of the Dead, also known as the Lord of Darkness, aka Lucifer. Druids were devil worshippers. The Druids recognized summer and winter seasons. They celebrated 2 special nights of the year, Beltane and Samhain. Beltane took place on May 1st and marked the birth of summer. Samhain occurred on November 1st. It signified the death of summer. Samhain means summer's end. Just Google Samhain, summer's end, and you will see the date each year. Now, the word doesn't look how it's pronounced. Samhain is a night celebrating death and hell. It was the Druids' most important ritual. It was a terrifying night of human sacrifices, and it was the original Halloween. So Halloween and Samhain are the same thing, but let's keep going. The Druids' New Year started on November 1st, so obviously their New Year's Eve is October 31st. The Druids believed that on this night, all of the people who died in the past year would rise up and search for the passageway to the netherworld. On this night, the passageway or veil between both worlds was its thinnest. Their lord, Samhain, would roam the earth in search of these souls to capture them and take them to the world of darkness. To this day, some people put lights in the windows to help the dead find their way and keep Lord Samhain away from taking them.
Alright, so you pretty much see what that is. So as you can see, there's nothing righteous about this celebration. Nothing. You can't find anything good in it. Nothing. See, it's different in Christmas. They try to make that seem good, but it's not. It's wicked too. You can't find anything that's righteous in Christmas either. So in that case, you shouldn't be celebrating any of these things. All right. So let me go to 9:53. That's where I want to go. This one's going to be where the trick or treat comes from. All right.
Were cursed and threatened. Trick or treating. Some people thought they could exorcise these spirits from their presence, meaning cast them out, or free themselves from any evil sway one of them might bring. It was believed that all of the wandering spirits would get hungry. By setting out food for these spirits, even providing shelter of some kind for them, you could appease them. If the living didn't provide enough food or treats for these spirits, the spirits could easily reciprocate or trick the living in many ways. Many feared the terrible things which may happen to them if they didn't honor the holiday and the spiritual manifestations throughout. So they left out food and treats for the spirits. This is where we see the beginning of trick or treat. It's the demons saying to you, "Give me something or else I will torment you." Halloween.
So, trick or treat means it's the demons that are roaming throughout the earth on that special day. So basically, you got to give them some food or some candy, or they're going to torment you. and you're out there doing it. You're out there doing it with your kids. You're doing it with your children. So you got your children mingled up in the spirit world, in the demon world, but you don't really understand what you're doing. You don't really get it. You think it's cute. Oh, let's go have a good time, but really you're freaking practicing wickedness beyond belief. Beyond belief. You don't even understand what you're doing. You know, I got family members who you know, they're so-called religious. They go to church. They call themselves Christians, but then they'll have a Halloween party. Now all the people at their church will come and dress up like demons and monsters, and then the next month they're celebrating Christmas and everybody's so happy and jolly. You see the wickedness of it? It's freaking wicked, man. It's beyond belief, and I'm just trying to wake people up. You know, I hope I can reach somebody. You know, at least one person. You know, if a lot of people don't watch this video, then at least one person. You know, one person at least. You know, because this is a lot of souls about to get snatched, and they're already snatched, really. But you know, I mean, there's still some people who have a brain left. You know, if you see this type of thing and in these videos in the scriptures to prove it, then you should say, "Oh no, I'm never going to celebrate that again." But unfortunately, people aren't like that. You know, I can tell somebody, your religion is wicked and it's of the devil, and they won't even research it. They'll just say, "No, you're lying. You're lying." You know, I got family members like that too. You know, I got family members. They're Jehovah's Witnesses. You know, and I tell them, "Hey, listen, your religion is a cult. It's wicked." And you know what they say? No way, you're lying. You're lying to me. No way. But they won't even research it to see if I'm wrong. They just automatically say no. So a lot of people in these last days, their souls are already snatched already. They're already snatched. And unfortunately for a lot of older people, now I fall in that category. You know, I'm 40. You know, but I was able to wake up. But some people who are even 40 and 30, even people who are 30. I got a cousin, she's 30 something. She gone. She celebrates Christmas and Halloween. I can't tell her nothing. She won't even listen to me. She be like, no way. Nope. Halloween is good. Christmas is good. Everything is good. You know, just like Moses. When he delivered our people from Egypt. You know, they told him, stop worshiping these pagan idols, and he went up to the mountain and came back. They was worshiping a golden calf. You know, so the Most High killed 3,000 of them just like that. 3,000 of them because they was worshiping in wickedness, and that was 40 days. 40 days they just saw the Most High deliver them from the Red Sea and part the sea, and they walk right through it. And 40 days after that, they're worshiping a golden calf. The same exact thing he told them not to do. Told them not to do it. You know, so for that reason, in the scriptures it says a lot of people are not going to make it. And in those days, the Most High said anybody that's over 20, you can't make it to the new kingdom, because pretty much you're gone. You're not going to understand. You're too full of pride. You're not going to listen to nothing no one says. So that's what's happening now. Certain people who are at a certain age, they're just done. You know, I got family members. I got an older sister. She's like 50 something. She's not gonna listen to nothing no one says. She's already set in her mind. So that means she's done. She's done. All right. So let's get the last one. This is on Halloween costumes.
In costumes. The very people who went out looking to burn animals and humans to death feared the spirits they thought to be so powerful on this night. They believed they could escape the wrath of evil spirits by wearing ghostly or ghoulish costumes themselves. They thought that by disguising themselves to look like evil spirits, the wandering spirits of the earth might mistake them for one of their own and leave them alone. This is why people dressed up in costumes for Halloween in the past. They were hiding from the spirits and demons which were roaming the earth. Jack-o'-lantern.
So as you see, now that's where the costumes come from. The costumes come from the people dressed up like the demons, so they can hide from them. So that's what you're doing with your kids. You got your little children out there dressed up as all this wickedness, and got them mingling with demons. That's that's man, that's 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 scary. That's scary, and people don't really understand what it is. So I'm just here to tell you. I'm just trying to wake you up, man. I'm trying to explain to people what it is. Let's get to jack-o'-lanterns, and I'll be done with it.
Tunes. The original jack-o'-lantern was not a pumpkin or turnip, but a severed human head. The Druids reverenced the severed human head. They proudly decorated their houses and temples with bloodied severed heads. The Druids believed the head housed the soul. It is believed that faces, rather than other images or symbols, were originally carved onto the pumpkin because they gave the jack-o'-lantern the look of a head. The Celts of ancient times believed that the head was the most sacred part of the human body, for it housed a person's immortal soul. When people make jack-o'-lanterns, they are representing human severed heads. You see, there are so many customs that have to do with Halloween that are completely evil. But based on these three I mentioned, you should get the point. When you give out candy to the trick-or-treaters, or even allow your kids to be trick-or-treaters, you are participating in Druid practices. When you or your kids dress up in Halloween costumes, you are participating in a satanic festival. When you carve jack-o'-lanterns in pumpkins, you are imitating a severed head. Understand, this is all about spirits and demons, and whether you know it or not, you are participating in customs that have to do with the occult and Satanism. You may not be engaging in witchcraft per se, but you are absolutely contributing to the wicked spiritual energy that exists. And if we go back to the beginning, when I referenced the scriptures, Elohim wants us to hate evil and abstain from every form of it. But let me just add a few more points to drive this home. On the Church of Satan website, Satanic High Priestess Blanche Barton praises Halloween by saying, it, Halloween, gives the most mundane people the opportunity to taste wickedness for one night. They have a chance to dance with the devil. I see Satanists all over the world meeting in small groups this night, and Halloweenans 500 years hence, to raise a glass to the infernal host. In her book, Like Lambs to the Slaughter, former occultist Johanna Michelson reveals Halloween is also a prime recruiting season for Satanists. Like I said when I started this, one agenda of the world is to blur the lines between good and evil. Another agenda is to initiate the world into the occult and to accept the things of Lucifer. The majority take part in these things like they are fun activities where people get to dress up and kids get to get candy. But this is all about spirits and demons roaming the earth and the celebration of the dead the next day. And the more places that celebrate it, the more wicked spiritual energy that is being transmitted amongst the world. Halloween openly promotes death, devils, witches, and flagrant appearances of evil. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 36 says, "But he who sins against me wrongs his own soul. All those who hate me love death." Participating in a day that celebrates death and the dead is hypocritical of one that says they love the Father.
All right, so you can see, you can see pretty much where that's going. All right, and then this brother right here, his name is let me see, his name is Truth Unedited. He got a mini series of videos. It's called The History of Religion. You should watch it. It's interesting, and it's also kid friendly. You can actually let your children watch this too, and I let my kids watch it, and they know now. My youngest daughter, she's 6. She knows Halloween is wicked. You can't tell her. She doesn't feel bad about not celebrating Halloween now. So and Christmas and Easter, all these wicked holidays. All right. So let me end it with a scripture right fast. Let me go Isaiah. Isaiah 63:3. 63:3. Now this is the Messiah, Yahushua the Mashiach, when he returns. "I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment." So when the Messiah returns, he's going to be killing a lot of people. He says that their blood is going to be sprinkled all over his clothes because he's gonna be trampling you down like a wine press. That means in the old days, a wine press was you put your feet inside of it and you step on the grapes to squeeze the juice out. The Messiah says that's what he's gonna do to people. That's what he's gonna do to you if he catch you celebrating these holidays. And it's so once again, I want to warn you to wake up from this wickedness. Wake up, people. Wake up. All right? So with that, I want to say shalom. And I hope everyone got something from this. One person is enough. I probably won't reach thousands, but at least one person is enough. Okay? Shabbat, Shabbat shalom, family.